Okay, Joshua, here's the second video. Just put everything back on the grip for this particular saber that I named Forsaken. You'll notice that on your SD card. So, haha, you got the same exact name on the card, but you can change it to whatever you want. The twist on mechanism only works if the hilt is pointing here or directly up. If it's down, nothing works. If it's up, simply, if you're right-handed, it's like you're turning a motorcycle. See? And the only way it turns off is manually. I did have originally had it on the twist on feature and the twist off. Twist off would have been facing down and twisting, and the blade would retract. Cool, but I later learned, as I'm just goofing around with it, just testing out parameters, I would, in the cycle of just, how you parry and you just kind of play around with the saber, the twisting motion would be a little bit enough to power it off. And it became like a pain. So the only feature it has is manual, of course, but then you also have the cool twist on up. See what I'm saying? And you get that really cool blade effect that like it's kickstarting. Some of the blade fonts, or I should say, and this is swing bright. So a little bit, it has white, but the harder you swing it gives like a white effect. It's more impressive in person. But you can play around with all that cool stuff when you get it in your hands. When you hear that sound, release.
Well, you look like an overgrown Kowakian. Second sister. Hey, meeting what ninth sister? Bit slow these days, eh, Kestis?
Same thing. If you like to do the twist on. And it has blaster motion. So hit the blaster once and just keep moving it. It'll automatically do blaster effects as if you're pushing manually each time. So it's, see? But again, there's 57 of these bad boys to go through, and I know you're gonna have fun with it. Again, the most thing that you're going to be dealing with is choosing the right colors that suit your fancy on how the blade font, what it calls to you. Like, it's a Jedi, but is this a blue saber? Is this a green blade, a yellow blade, an orange blade, cyan? You get the picture. But and so if you didn't know, this also double clicking the power button kicks off the music. So now you can do it like a cinematic type of action sequence. And you just turn it off the same way. Double click the power button. There you go. One more font.
Ninth sister. Every Jedi faced
Red, cyan, green,
From the video game Fallen Order. Jedi Fallen Order.
Ezra Bridger. Get down!
I love the swing bright, so you're going to see that a lot on these, on my blade effects. But there's, I think, 14 blade effects that I feel are like the strongest in regards to appeal. A lot of people out there play around with all this weird fancy stuff. Yes, it looks cool. Sure, Profi can give all this really like things like, wow, that's great. CFX can't do that. But why do you want it to when you get down to it? Because we're talking about Star Wars here. We're talking about the blade, what we know as traditional blade flicker, what's acceptable, what is actually like, that makes sense. Some have a harder flicker. The majority of every single blade style that I put on the card, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, all the way to, I believe, 15 different blade styles. They're really nice. You've got a Kylo Ren, you've got a broken, which is really a really cool effect. Matter of fact, I'll show you right now how to do this. And also too, when you've loaded up a brand new SD card for the first time, obviously your CFX board will start as default with what it sees. So your blade, when you first trigger it on, there's no light. But I purposely did that so you can then, from that point forward, you choose the color, and the board will memorize from that point forward what color you chose. So, for example, we'll do this.
Ezra, I am the Inquisitor. I am Kanan Jarrus. I am
This is a broken saber font.
I've never touched Welcome. Formally done. Hello there.
I'll find it.
I've been in your...
There are mountains.
And here I...
There it is.
And here I thought this mission would be...
It's kind of like a broken, shattered effect that I kind of favor. But normally, this is what you'll do. See how it's kind of broken? Like if it's barely hanging on. And turn off. Now, the way you choose this is that you always first start off in your blade color. It's actually, there's no color, right? You'll choose that. And then you go into blade style, which you just have to watch this video a little bit more. And then you choose that little broken effect, and then you choose it. So, for example, it would be like this. Auxiliary, and then power. Okay. It's obviously working right now, but follow along. So sorry. So that's what it'll look like. You're looking for this, no color. Then you're going to twist till you see this. Sometimes it'll be like that. There it is. And then you select it, pushing the auxiliary. See? But that's just for this particular blade sound font. Again, this is just kind of like a little, haha, this is cool.
And here the last is a lightsaber.
But this is, of course, green with the swing bright. The harder you swing, the whiter it becomes. And the moment you stop, it goes back to the color. So it's kind of like a really cool blade effect. Cool. I hope that helps. Again, I'm trying not to, I don't want this video to get too long because then it takes forever to download onto YouTube. And then I got to, well, you know, all the shenanigans. But I hope everything works out and you have a great time with your kick-ass lightsaber from Vader's Vault. It is a beautiful piece. They just take a long time. And again, a lot of people they know it so well that they forget that a lot of the newcomers, I was once one too, it was frustrating because I didn't understand the language and they would forget that, oh yeah, that's right. These new people don't know what I'm talking about. So it's like what's common knowledge to one is completely oblivious to the other. And it's frustrating. And some people literally leave the hobby saying this is bullshit. Oh, this sucks. I spent all this money on my saber and it doesn't work. It's broken and I got to pay somebody, which you shouldn't. And it takes nothing. People charge $60 to do what I'm doing for you for free because it should be for free. Those are just, money chasers. So anyways, I'll get off my soapbox. Talk to you later, buddy. Bye.